Hello there, very good evening and welcome to Verdict 2017, where we get you all the updates from the poll-bound states as we inch closer into February. A lot that's making news. Let's get you the headlines first. Bigwigs of various parties hold election rallies across the 5 election-bound states. BJP President Amit Shah and BSP Chief Mayawati address gatherings in Punjab. We focus on Samajwadi Party stronghold Saifai in Etawah district. Model village exhibits civic amenities and infrastructure that is unrivaled even by big cities in Uttar Pradesh. And BJP releases its election manifesto in Goa. Exclusive interview with the Chief Minister Lakshmikant Parsekar on the election promises made by his party in the upcoming elections. Let's start with Uttar Pradesh, where filing of nominations for the 4th phase of polling in the state began on Monday with the issuing of notification for the February 23rd elections. The last date for filing the nominations is 6th of February, while 9th February is the last date for withdrawal. The scrutiny of nominations will take place on the 7th of February and counting of votes will be held on the 11th of March, along with all the other phases and the other states as well. A total of 12 districts, including Raebareli constituency, will be covered in the 4th phase of the crucial state assembly elections, which will take place on the 25th of February. Meanwhile, Pratapgarh, Kaushambi, Allahabad, Lalitpur, Mahoba, Banda, Hamirpur and Fatehpur are the other districts that are going to polls in the 4th phase. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav meanwhile targeted both the BSP and the BJP at an election rally in Etah district of Uttar Pradesh, reiterating his faith in the Samajwadi Party Congress alliance. He said that neither the lotus symbol of the BJP nor the elephant symbol of the BSP can compete against his party cycle. Taking a dig at Mayawati, he said that her party will only end up building more elephant monuments in the state. Also criticizing the BJP government's demonetization move, he said that the decision was taken without preparation and has taken a heavy toll on the country's economy.
कहते हैं कि मोबाइल पे कर देंगे आप बैंकिंग, मोबाइल से कर लो बैंकिंग, मोबाइल से कैसे बैंकिंग होगी, कौन जानता है, कौन समझेगा। ब्रांचों में पैसा नहीं, बैंक पे पहुंचा नहीं पाए पैसा, और जो लाइन में लगे उन्होंने जान दे दी अपनी। पूरे देश में, उत्तर प्रदेश में भी लोग जो लाइन में खड़े थे, गरीब, इंतजार कर कर करके उनकी जान चली गई। कोई हार्ट अटैक से मर गया, कोई तकलीफ और परेशानी के शौक में मर गया। किसी ने मदद नहीं की। आपकी समाजवादी सरकार ने उन परिवारों की भी मदद करने का काम किया, 2-2 लाख रुपए उन परिवारों को भी दिया है।
Also speaking about his party's internal politics, the UP CM spoke about his father Mulayam Singh Yadav's rejection of his party's alliance with the Congress. He said that Netaji's respect will increase when it forms the next government in the state. On Sunday, Mulayam had said that the party was in fact capable to win the elections without any other political support. Meanwhile, the UP CM also addressed various rallies ahead of the upcoming polls.
एक बात मैं कह सकता हूं आप सबके सामने, और वो आप भी उस बात को मानेंगे। सरकार बनेगी तो सबसे ज्यादा सम्मान अगर किसी का बढ़ेगा तो नेताजी का सम्मान बढ़ेगा। बताओ किसका सम्मान बढ़ेगा? ये पार्टी बच गई, साइकिल बच गई। बताओ पार्टी बची कि नहीं बची?
All right, for more on what is going on in Uttar Pradesh, and we'll talk about the other states as well. For the moment, we're joined by Aditi Fadnis, political editor with Business Standard, joining us in studio this evening. Aditi, thanks for joining us here. You know, talking about the Samajwadi Party Congress alliance, they did keep us hanging quite a bit, didn't they? But finally, now that it's done, and Mulayam Singh's stand there, is that mere posturing? You know, looking at how, of course, his history has been with the Congress President Sonia Gandhi.
The thing is that when you are at that level, that senior, when you feel that you have created the party, then somebody else, even if it is your son, coming up and capturing it and becoming the leader, that really hurts. So I think more than any political attack, what we are hearing Mulayam Singh say is the hurt feelings of a father. and Akhilesh is ignoring the politics of it and is saying that he is the most important person in the party and we will honor him as and when our party comes to power. That is as it should be. I don't think we should pay too much attention to it. People in UP, I think, are recognizing the facts, and the fact is that a new generation has arisen.
Yes.
And the older one is fading away, and it doesn't like to fade away. So I think in personal lives, in people's businesses, and where fathers are imperious and they're keen to continue holding the reins of powers.
Yes.
In whatever situation, in whatever circumstances, they don't like to let it go easily. I think that's what we are seeing, and sympathies are generally with the son.
All right. And is that, the very fact that the Congress too has been able to come up with this alliance, despite the fact that there were, seat sharing problems that we were seeing, does it seem like it's now to stay and it is really going to get, the youth towards its side?
I don't know, but what I do know is that there are almost 75 lakh people who will be voting in this election for the first time, and their votes will be extremely important. I think the problem is that Congress used to be a major force in UP. Now, after rejecting Akhilesh and after a whole 4 years of campaigning against the Samajwadi Party's lawlessness, feudalism, etc., now the Congress is saying, no, he's a great guy. So, obviously, it's very difficult for the party to reconcile these two positions. It's also very difficult for Rahul Gandhi to tell his party that, guys, we're out of it, we have to stand back and we have to let this other young man take over. It's not easy. So, of all the actors in the UP drama, I think one's sympathy should be most with Rahul Gandhi, because he's the one who's giving up the most.
Absolutely. Well, perhaps the timing is right for him to do something like that. We'll have to see eventually, of course, when the votes are counted. I'm trying to clear my throat as well while I'm doing this. But let's quickly head on to Punjab now, Aditi, where we, of course, saw a lot of rallies that took place today. BJP President Amit Shah on Monday launched a scathing attack on Congress's chief ministerial face in Punjab, Captain Amrinder Singh, saying that even though he does use captain in front of his name, he eventually does take orders from the Baba Rahul Gandhi. While addressing an election rally in Amritsar, Shah also attacked the Aam Aadmi Party, saying that Arvind Kejriwal was in fact dreaming of becoming the CM of every state that he visits. He also asked the electorate to vote for the SED BJP combined for the third time, stating that the alliance's victory in Punjab was necessary for not just the security of the state but the country as well.
आपने कैप्टन साहब को चुनने के बाद कभी अमृतसर में देखा है क्या? देखा है? पूरा अमृतसर उनको एब्सेंट एमपी कर जानता है मित्रों। एक ऐसा एमपी जिसको कभी देखा है नहीं। एमपी थे तब तक तो ठीक था, अब वो सीएम बनना चाहते हैं। मुझे मालूम नहीं, अगर सीएम बन गए तो उनको ढूंढने पंजाब की जनता को कहां जाना पड़ेगा।
Well, BSP chief Mayawati on Monday too kick-started a party's poll campaign in Punjab with a rally in Phagwara. On her one-day election campaign, Mayawati racked up the issue of reservation once again, accusing the BJP and the RSS of conspiring to end reservation. She further added that there has been an increase in corruption in the past few years in Punjab. Escalating her attack on the ruling SED BJP alliance, the BSP Supremo said that the menace of drugs and unemployment still hovers over Punjab. In the 2012 assembly elections, the BSP did not win any seats. However, it did manage to marginally increase the voting percentage from 4.13 to 4.28%.
परम पूज्य बाबा साहब डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर के अथक प्रयासों के कारण यहाँ भारतीय संविधान में शिक्षा, सरकारी नौकरियों व राजनीति आदि में जो भी आरक्षण की सुविधाएं मिली हैं, तो उन्हें भी अब यह एक सोची समझी साजिश के तहत ही निष्प्रभावी बनाने व उन्हें धीरे धीरे खत्म करने का पूरा प्रयास किया जा रहा है।
All right, Aditi Fatnis still continuing to be with us. Aditi, talking about the, the scenario in Punjab, yes, we do know the BSP not a big player there at all, but just talking about Amit Shah, his statements that he made today, dramatic of course, it got the right kind of applause, but what does it look like for the SCD BJP at the moment?
Well, as you know, there have been a lot of tensions between the Akali Dal and the BJP, particularly about the case of political prisoners. Many of the Sikhs who are in jail, who continue to be in jail, under a dispensation led by the Akali Dal, have cases of sedition against them. The BJP has been arguing that people who have cases of sedition should not be let off. The Akali Dal is arguing that they have fulfilled their statutorily required prison term, and after they finish the prison term, they should be let off. So this argument has been going on for some time now, and relations between the two have been quite stressed on this issue. There is also the question of security consciousness. There's also the question of allowing infiltrators, and there are people who are Sikhs in the BJP who are predicting that if the Akali Dal Congress, if the Akali Dal BJP combined loses Punjab, militancy will be back in full force there. So it's as much a warning as it is kind of a reading of the tea leaves, and it does not bear good augury. But that said, there is a problem between the Akali Dal and the BJP, however much they may try to paper over it.
All right, and one issue definitely that has also come up this time around all the more very strongly is, of course, the drug menace that we are seeing, of course, in manifestos, of course, of the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress as well, and the BJP too focusing on the drug menace in Punjab, and said that it has promised to set up a special anti-drug squad. Our correspondent Sham Sundar also spoke to Punjab BJP President Vijay Sampla, who promised to open drug rehabilitation centres at district levels, and also said that centres that are already existing would be modernised.
मुझे नहीं पता कि आप किस बात की एंटी कंबेंसी कह रहे हैं। हमने विकास किया है, आज से पहले भी सरकारें रही हैं, हमने सबने देखा है कि कभी यहाँ पे ये हालात होते थे कि दोपहर 2 बजे ऑफिस बंद हो जाते और 6 बजे बाजार बंद करने पड़ते थे क्योंकि पावर क्राइसिस था। आज पावर में सरप्लस प्रदेश है। कभी यहाँ पे सड़कों का निर्माण नहीं था, आज सड़कों का जाल बिछा हुआ है, पुलों का जाल बिछा हुआ है। एक छोटा सा प्रदेश है, इसमें 6 एयरपोर्टों का निर्माण किया हुआ है।
इस बार आम आदमी पार्टी भी पंजाब में चुनाव लड़ रही है और वो नशा जो पंजाब में फैला हुआ है उसको, भ्रष्टाचार को बड़ा मुद्दा बता रही है।
एक तो वो आम आदमी नहीं रही है, वो अजीब आदमी पार्टी है और नौटंकीबाजी है, और यहाँ तक वो पंजाब को बदनाम किया है। और पंजाब में कहते हैं नशा खत्म करेंगे, और वहाँ पे 550 वो जो ठेके खोल दिए। यहाँ पे हमने रिहेबिलिटेशन सेंटर खोले हैं लोगों को नशा की मुक्ति के लिए।
नोटबंदी का असर हुआ है लुधियाना की इंडस्ट्री पे, जालंधर की इंडस्ट्री पे। क्या आपको लगता है कि उसका कोई नुकसान उठाना पड़ सकता है आप लोगों को?
देखिए, आम आदमी में नोटबंदी को लेके बहुत उत्साहित है। अगर यहाँ पे भी किसी से पूछेंगे, सब कहेंगे कि ये एक अच्छा कदम है, मगर उनको तकलीफ है, खास करके उन राजनीतिक पार्टियों को जो इसको बढ़ावा देने के लिए प्रचार भी करती रही, जिन्होंने मोटा माल जमा किया हुआ था।
All right, now let's head to Goa, where Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi is in Goa, and he's wooing voters ahead of the assembly elections on the 4th of February. Here's a look at what all he said today.
कि बीजेपी के लोग जो विचारधारा इनकी है, इतना गुस्सा क्यों होता है इनको? और इसका जवाब है कि ये लोग सोचते हैं कि इनको सब कुछ मालूम है। पार्लियामेंट में कभी बात होती है, उनका जवाब आता है, तुम्हें ये बात समझ नहीं आ सकती। ये सोचते हैं कि ये सब कुछ जानते हैं, और फिर होता क्या है, दुनिया चलती है, उनकी थियरी ऐसी होती है और सच्चाई दूसरी निकलती है, तो इनको गुस्सा आता है।
And our correspondent Pranav Goswami also spoke to the Chief Minister of Goa, Lakshmikant Parsekar, after the release of the party manifesto. Listening to what he said.
ऐसे कौन से वादे हैं जिनको आपको लगता है कि अगर ब्रीफली आप बताएं कि जो प्रदेश के हित के लिए आप कर रहे हैं?
जॉब क्रिएशन को प्रायोरिटी दी है। आने वाले 5 साल में पूरा गोवा ये रोजगार युक्त होगा।
कैसीनो बैन को लेकर कुछ खास बात इसमें नहीं की गई है।
We are not encouraging casinos, though however the casinos which have been permitted in Mandovi, we are finding alternate site to place them in the ocean, but till that time those would continue. We have taken all precautionary measures to see that they do not hinder or they do not affect, they do not adversely affect the surrounding or they do not create pollution in the water.
कम पड़ गए 5 साल या और 5 साल?
वादे पूरे किए या नहीं किए, that has to be the opinion of the people of the state. We have almost completed all. Some of those may be on the track. जो वादे आधे हैं वो हमें पूरे करना है.
Aditi Fatne is still with us. That's quite honest of Parsikar there, Aditi, saying that, we have done some of the things and some things are still to be done. We need 5 more years, definitely. That's what, of course, the BJP is saying. But this time around, Goa is a state where we're seeing a different kind of a contest as compared to the other years. Your reflections on how things have been going so far.
Well, as you know, the one promise on which the government has not delivered is the reason why the BJP has broken up. There is a Goa Suraksha Manch, and the promise of the outgoing government was that they would stop English medium schools from getting government grants, and that Konkani would be promoted. That has not happened. So, and that is the crux of the sensitive political issue of Goan identity in Goa. So, I think we have to see what happens with this kind of a fissure. The Maharashtravadi Gomantak Parishad has also split away from the BJP. They fought an alliance in the last election, and the Congress does not have an alliance with anybody. So now we have to see what happens in the election.
All right. February 4th is, of course, when Goa votes. Thanks so much, Aditi, for joining us. We'll, of course, see you as we progress further into the election mode, of course. Thanks for joining us for the moment. Meanwhile, talking about Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi Chief Minister, on Monday asked the Election Commission if it will act against Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar and Congress leader Captain Amarinder Singh for asking voters to accept money to attend rallies. In the letter, Kejriwal has asked the EC to register an FIR against both the leaders. Kejriwal's remarks came a day after Parrikar asked voters in Goa to accept money for attending rallies but vote only for the BJP. In Lambi constituency in Punjab too, Congress chief ministerial candidate Captain Amarinder Singh said, apparently said that it was okay to accept money if offered by any party but vote only for the Congress. Well, Kejriwal himself had said that in an election rally in Goa, and he is, of course, facing, action against that. So we'll see where this heads. We'll take a quick break here. Be back with more in a bit. Stay with us.
The Finance Minister will present a make-or-break budget for Modi government. Arun Jaitley faces a tough task amid frenzy on note ban and GST. Will he manage a please-all effort? Spend budget day with India's best minds. Budget 2017 with Rajya Sabha Television, 7 AM to 11 PM on February 1st.
Welcome back. Now, the Samajwadi Party has seemingly averted the crisis on the family and political fronts. However, the clash between the administration and illegal encroachers in Mathura's Jawahar Bagh that claimed around 30 lives could hurt the party the most in the run-up to the assembly polls. The opposition BJP and BSP have made the incident a major poll issue.
Mathura's Jawahar Bagh looks calm, but just on the surface. Underneath still lurk the memories of last year's clashes, when members of a religious sect squatting on the government land clashed with the police. The incident gave the opposition enough ammunition to target the ruling Samajwadi Party, accusing it of making UP a haven for the corrupt, criminals and land grabbers.
अगर विकास की सोच की सरकार आएगी तो संपूर्ण विकास होगा, मीठा पानी और कानून व्यवस्था सुदृढ़ हो, क्योंकि उत्तर प्रदेश में सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है बिगड़ती कानून व्यवस्था का। आज यहाँ बहन बेटियां सुरक्षित नहीं है, लोगों के प्लॉट सुरक्षित नहीं है, लोगों की जगह सुरक्षित नहीं है।
ये एक स्क्रिप्ट रख करके जिस तरीके से नौटंकी की गई है वो जनता समझ रही है, क्योंकि मैं उत्तर प्रदेश के पूरे देश के लोग जानते हैं, पढ़े लिखे हैं। सर, एक अनपढ़ आदमी होता है ना, जिसको ABCD नहीं आती, लेकिन आप उसको 2000 रुपए की गड्डी दे दो तो वो उस गड्डी को गिन के बता देगा कि ये 1 लाख रुपए है। तो इतना तो जानते हैं कि स्क्रिप्ट है पूरी। तो जवाहर बाग कांड निश्चित तौर पे एक माइनस पॉइंट होगा मथुरा के लिए और इस पार्टी के लिए और आने वाले इलेक्शन के लिए।
The anger among voters is palpable. Many feel the Mathura incidents exposed flaws in the Samajwadi Party's developmental agenda.
समाजवादी पार्टी ने जो भी विकास कार्य कराया, साइकिल ट्रैक बनवाए या रोड बनवाए, वो सब इस कांड से छुप चुका है मथुरा के अंदर, और उनके खिलाफ बहुत लोगों में बहुत ज्यादा गुस्सा है और पता नहीं कि कौन वोटिंग कहां करेगा, लेकिन समाजवादी पार्टी के खिलाफ वोटिंग होगी, ये कंफर्म है यहाँ से।
The Samajwadi Party refutes the opposition charges of patronizing the squatters. In this year's election, the Congress will be contesting the Mathura seat after its tie-up with the Samajwadi Party.
ये जवाहर बाग कांड बहुत बड़ा कांड था, लेकिन सरकार की हमारी जो सफलता की वजह से, सरकार के मुखिया की नियत की वजह से वो जल्दी ही पटाक्षेप हो गया। कुर्बानी तो बहुत होनी थी उसमें, लेकिन 2 ही लोगों की कुर्बानी हुई, ये बहुत कुछ बच गया और मात्र आध घंटे में जवाहर बाग खाली हो गया।
It was unfortunate. Jawahar Bagh, I cannot call it to be the fault of the government, because the public of Mathura was not aware that at Jawahar Bagh so many people are living over there, because they were not disturbing the local people.
Uttar Pradesh was shaken up by the violent incidents in Jawahar Bagh on June 1st last year. Led by Ram Vriksha Yadav, armed members of Jai Gurudev cult refused to vacate 280 acres of government land they were occupying since 2014. After the courts ordered their eviction in 2016, the police tried to evict them. The squatters responded violently, killing 2 senior police officers, including the superintendent of police. The police then returned fire, killing many squatters.
These charred vehicles bring back the gory memories of the Jawahar Bagh fiasco. The Mathura incident came close on the heels of several low-intensity riots across the state. It only gave currency to the opposition parties attacking the Samajwadi Party government for being lax on the law and order issue. Mathura incident remains an open wound which might bleed in the upcoming assembly elections. Reporting from Mathura with camera person Shiv Kumar, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.
And now we head to Saifai, the native village of Mulayam Singh Yadav in Etawah district, which shows remarkable signs of development. The village has a functional sewage system, 24-hour power supply and concrete roads that even many big cities of Uttar Pradesh do not have the kind of civic amenities and infrastructure that are seen in Saifai. The village but only exhibits the inequality of development in the state. We leave you with this story. Thanks for joining us.
The road from Etawah to Saifai is witness to the transformation of the erstwhile most unimportant village into a centre for large-scale infrastructure development. As you drive along the 2-lane road, you spot swanky buildings and bungalows surrounded by mustard and wheat fields. Saifai is in the process of establishing itself as a sports and education hub in the state. An international cricket stadium with a capacity of 50,000 is coming up, while an all-weather swimming pool along with a separate diving area is already operational.
यहाँ पे मतलब प्रमोट किया जाता है पॉलिटिकली, और बाकी पोटेंशियल्स भी यहाँ पे हैं, डिफरेंट लोग गोल्ड मेडल्स भी लाते हैं और अच्छा नाम होता है कंट्री लेवल पे, इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे भी इवन यहाँ पे काफी एथलेटिक्स आयोजित किए जाते हैं। जैसे यहाँ पे कुश्ती होता है इंटरनेशनल लेवल का, हॉकी अभी नेशनल लेवल का होता है, स्विमिंग होती है।
The Saifai airstrip, 10 kilometers from the village, helps the government fly in celebrities every year for the Saifai Mahotsav. the previous Mulayam Singh government spent 100 crore rupees to upgrade it to international standards. Crores have been spent on maintaining the runway lights and repairing the airport's boundary walls. The development here is multi-layered and healthcare facilities are not far behind. Set up with an allocated fund of 270 crores in 2005, the medical institute is constantly upgraded. A paramedical college is also being developed at a cost of about 300 crore rupees. An emergency trauma and burn center is also in the making at an estimated cost of 42 crore rupees.
फरुखाबाद बच्चा हुआ था, इलाज से मना करने के बाद हमें यहाँ भेजे गए। बच्चा हमारा बिल्कुल बहुत बढ़िया चल रहा है और सब सुविधाएं हमें मिली है सर। हाँ, खाने पीने तक कोई भी दिक्कत नहीं हुई है यहाँ पर हमें।
Saifai can easily be called a model village, but it is also a symbol of the inequality that exists in the state vis-a-vis development. Villages like Narori, Dhunnaiya in neighbouring Ita district are not even electrified, providing a sharp contrast to Saifai.
सब लोग आते हैं, लिखा पढ़ी करके ले जाते हैं, लेकिन लाट नहीं आते देते।
Until the late 1980s, Saifai was no more than a small village flanked by barren wetlands. For a population of over 7,000, Saifai has developed by leaps and bounds since Mulayam first became the chief minister.
Only 5% electrified villages in Uttar Pradesh get power supply for more than 20 hours. The state still accounts for 25% of infant deaths across the country. While we appreciate the pace of development in Saifai, the only question that we are asking is, why wasn't this model of development replicated in other parts of the state, yearning for development for eons and eons? Reporting from Ottawa, with camera person Shiv Kumar, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha Television.